Lord knows I'ma give it all I got. I'm never giving in. If I rise to the top, it'll pay off in the end. Sometimes I feel lost, I don't know where to begin. Ain't trying to stop. Yeah. I can do this.
D-Bird just mentioned to me this idea of going out to a mansion in Texas and recording an album, and that's kind of right up my alley.
People who've never met before in real life, putting them in a house and saying you have this much time to create an album.
Okay, it is a real place, yes.
Hell yeah.
White Collar Rhymes is exactly what it says. It's just, people who work jobs and rap.
Online collaboration's great and stuff, but like the actual like feeling of being like in the moment and like creating like, yes, we got this, like let's go. And it's a feeling like nothing I've ever experienced.
White Collar bringing heat, we ain't even hit the peak.
It feels like we've known each other for years.
I've seen D-Bird on camera. I've seen his stupid little dab, and I hate it. I've seen Cody Nash, jittery and amped up when he's excited about, conspiracy theory he wants to talk about. I would have been more surprised if somebody behaved differently than what I've already come to know.
It's crazy to see you and you.
Soul of a golden god, by my team, imagine the rapping and then wrote it off. No fraud, an MC and a sex beast. Trying to find a balance to the XL when I spread cheese. Yeah, I'm what the internet needs, but what the streets hate. It's my birthday, come blow the candle out on this beefcake. Stop lying, tell the truth. I am legend, this is the bar you measure to.
We didn't think this was real.
Maybe we should all just link up and do some music together.
How serious are we about putting together an album and then having it filmed?
To be honest with you, I have no idea what the last mixtape is.
This is the last mixtape. This documentary is the last
Oh,
mixtape.
is that what this is?
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Morning.
And good evening to Asia.
Shout out Asia. What's up, Asia?
Bam. Did you ever watch Sailor Moon?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Because I'm not an anime weeb like you.
When you were a young kid, you didn't like hot chicks in sailor outfits, short miniskirts?
When I was a young kid, I liked hot chicks being downloaded, 10 minutes at a time from AOL.com. Just, I think I see an eyebrow. Oh, is that a nape of a neck? Okay. What's up? Yeah.
Fair enough.
But no body pillows in the shape of blue-haired anime bitches.
I didn't know body pillows even existed until I was a young adult. It's like you can get a body pillow with a person printed on it. That's sad.
Okay, hear me out. This would be the creepiest shit ever, but imagine like you have a coworker or a boss, you take their picture, you print it out on a body pillow, and then you casually just mention like, oh yeah, like I got a body pillow made of you.
Or you just like have it,
deal.
or you just have a meeting where you're on camera and you have it just propped up in the wall in the background.
Propped up in the background.
And they're like, is that me?
That's the one. Yeah, just right on the Zoom call. It's like sitting upright in bed, just waiting for you to come back. It's like, is that a picture of me on a pillow?
Smear some lipstick across the face. It's like, oh yeah, it's just my sleep pillow.
I don't think it's not illegal. I don't think.
I'm
it's
no
illegal. Lawyer. Don't put me on trial here.
Maybe a little creepy, maybe a little line stepping, but nothing illegal about getting some random person printed on a body pillow for you to sleep next to.
Yeah, who's to say? Yes.
Who's to say no? All right, welcome everybody. It's Sunday, the last Sunday of September. Hopefully you got all of your September goals accomplished. The end of the fiscal year is upon us. Something of that nature. Yada yada yada. We're here to listen to music from the community. We listen, give it a rating 1 through 10. Give it some thoughts of affirmation or words of disappointment, and keep it moving.
Out of 10 body pillows, how high are we rating this one?
What number is too many pillows to have on a bed?
Bro, I think the numbers differ between guys and girls. I'm like 1 pillow per person. That's max. Girls, throw pillows? I don't fucking get it. It's like it's named a throw pillow. You throw it off, to get it out of the way so you can actually have a functional bed. Well, why? Just have it off or don't have it at all.
I know what you mean. You seem very upset by this comment.
Throw pillows are the worst fucking thing. They make no sense. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to do a bunch of work. And when I'm tired, like, get the fuck. Oh, I'm drowning in pillows. Just give me 1 pillow to rest my head on and make it so my neck isn't cranked 45 degrees.
You mean you don't like having a pillow to take off of your bed when you go to sleep and then put back on when you get up? That doesn't excite you?
No. In fact, that is a deal breaker for me. If a girl says she likes throw pillows, she just likes the look and aesthetic of 20 pillows on my bed. I have to move and then replace back. Deal breaker. I'm done. Goodbye.
Ladies, he's not on the market, but deal breaker for friendships too, probably. I imagine if D-Bird shows up to your house, looks around, sees throw pillows everywhere, he's leaving.
I'm throwing you.
No conversation.
Yeah.
Especially on the couch. Like, how many pillows can you put on a fucking couch before the couch becomes unusable, right?
That's one of the worst offenders because everyone feels like they need 20 pillows on the couch, and it's like that's the receiving area for your guests.
The only logical reason to have more than 2 pillows on a couch is if you are a child who daily builds pillow forts.
Yeah. If you're kicking them around, for sure, the more the merrier. All these henchmen coming at you, you're like, yeah. I did that for sure.
All right. We got normal amount of tracks in the queue today. We'll get rocking and rolling.
Before we start, can I quit?
No.
Okay.
If at any given moment you decide you are sick of other people and you want to get to the front of the line, you can do so by subscribing, tipping, or gifting a sub, and then we'll get you right up there at the top of the queue. Otherwise, we'll go from top to bottom. I'll put a check mark next to it when I'm listening to it, or if it is a skip, we'll put a little money clip next to it and let it know what's going on. We're going to get started now with Sleek Ivory, new beat. Not for sync this time.
Before we play the music, one last question on body pillows. So if we had a WCR store that had a Dice pillow, a D-Bird pillow, and somebody got your pillow and told you outright, I fuck this thing, would you be weirded out? Or were you I don't know, it's just a pillow, has nothing to do with me?
Depends on the person. If it's a hot chick and she's like, yeah, I hump that pillow every night, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
If it's I don't know, Godzilla or something, if it's like Augie, I'm like, yeah, let me take that off the store.
Yeah, we're discontinuing this item.
This was a limited edition pillow. Don't need it anymore.
You can't unfuck that pillow though. That pillow's his.
That's why it's risky to put your face on merch. You don't know what depraved acts somebody does. Hell, even in the fucking lounge, people fucking AI our faces in the fucking lounge, and I'm just like, man, the price of fame, huh?
The price of fame.
Not even that famous, and got to watch my face remixed 8 times a day in the lounge. I hate it.
Price of fame. Yeah.
I hate it. All right, well, we got a tip to start the show because DJ Tongue Hero said he's sick as fuck, and he's not going to listen to all y'all shit today. He's got to lay down and get his health back in order. So we're going to skip to that first. Somewhere in here. Here we go.
Shout out, Mr. Tongue.
Shout out to him. DJ Tongue Hero, do you have that as like an ad lib? I'll put that on the soundboard. Get licked.
Absolutely, he does.
And then shout out to Swag Lean for the gifted subscription. We'll get you right after Tongue Hero.
Mr. Swag.
Young Swagalicious, Leaniocious. All right, starting off the show, DJ Tongue Hero, Tongue Go Down. Sounds like it does not need any explanation. We're just going to press play.
Let's get it.
I'm not using the mobile app today. I'll take a big riddle. DJ Tongue Hero.
It's so deep, baby.
Tongue Hero to the game. You better check it. DJ Tongue Hero.
Girl, you make my tongue go down. Girl, you make my tongue go down. You know it's all the way down. Girl, you make my tongue go down.
Some talking down on how my flow sound. Others say it's profound. Won't take advice from nigga if he can't even keep a hoe down. A lot of this is politics. My hands clean, you couldn't scuffle with my bottom bitch. My damn team rock and go like a sarcophagus. And I'm known for stuffing D in an esophagus. Baby girl, it's common sense. So what you trying to make a move or watch his paint dry? Tongue Hero titty game, baby. You know we make that.
Tongue go down. Girl, you make my tongue go down. You know it's all the way down. Girl, you make my tongue go down.
I can take you out of state, I can take you overseas. Hero gave it to her once and now she doesn't want to leave. Gotta reach it for my pocket, she don't get a crumb from me. Told her get it for herself and I ain't seen her in a week. Worried about a bitch, if you trippin' that ain't Pete. Got another coming over, bringing liquor, bringing weed. Serve her at the bar, only tip she get a D. She was trying to go to sleep, I said I got some place to be. If you ain't trying to be the best you, then what the fuck you out here trying to do? I told the bitch you better find time to find time. Cause when you got that attitude going, gon' get me out my right mind. That's how you get left behind. Now we like mine. De-escalate, sex sweat after white wine. That's how we make up. Fucking up her hair and makeup. And she don't want nobody but me. Cause that
tongue go down. Girl, you make my tongue go down. You know it's all the way down. Girl, you make my tongue go down. Girl, you make my tongue go down.
Right. DJ Tongue Hero with Tongue Go Down. If you are familiar with the classic songs, it's a interpolation of a love song, but I guess it's still a love song. A little freaky though. I like it. I think you're really kind of, maybe I've said this before, but I definitely now feel like you found the groove of this is DJ Tongue Hero. This is my theme of my songs, and this is the style of music that I'm going for. So I feel like as a brand package, you have it like nailed down. I think the song itself is well performed. I think you're getting a lot more comfortable with the verses. Still a little muffly in the vocal quality, but you know, you got the layers there. I feel like there's confidence in the delivery. It's unique. It's memorable. Like we can remember like, oh yeah, that's Tongue Hero. Like I think the brand is on point. I would give this an 8, and I feel like a lot of that is just boosted because it's just interpolation of another song, but fuck it. I mean, I think it does the trick. I'll give it an 8.
What other song is it? Do you know?
Girl, you make my love go down. Ooh, I can't remember the artist. It's an R&B song.
All right. Yeah, I like this too. I mean, this just kind of feels fun, right? Like I'm starting to just settle into the viewpoint that Tongue Hero makes barbecue music. You know what I mean? Like it feels like summer whenever he's around. Yeah, I think the one kind of thing I would say is the quality on the vocals does sound a little muffled. As soon as the chorus came in, I was like, oh, you can kind of hear it. You're just like, I wish it was just a little cleaner. And then you kind of forget about it. It's like, fuck it, it's fun. Like, you know, let's just ignore some of the quality things and just lean in. So yeah, like I think it did sound more comfortable on the verses, the singing, all of it. I'm gonna give it an 8 too. Shout out, Ton.
Evelyn King, yeah. I haven't heard that song in forever. All right.
Got some music nerds in the audience. Okay.
You sound a little bitter.
Maybe I am. Maybe you know things I don't. How dare.
All right. Gifted sub from Swagly, and then we got a gifted from a Kuiper. So here's Swaglean's $6,500 beat. Sure, it's worth every penny.
Train robbery type beat. Love that.
How desperate do you have to be to ride up next to thousands of tons of steel on a horse, jump onto it, and say, I'm going to rob this thing and then get away with it?
Everyone, there's a robbery. Yeah. Love it.
All right. Sounds a little old school Timbaland-ish. I agree with Ray. I think the beat switch came earlier than I needed it to. I didn't mind the beat switch, but I would put the beat switch whenever this is like fully arranged and composed at the later half. But I like the beat. I think that it may have a little bit of a dated sound, but I like it overall. I think the sounds all like make everything work. I'll give it a 8.5 with the strong caveat that the beat switch does need to go at the end.
Yeah, I'd say my first take is I really like the beat, right? Hard stop. I like the beat. It felt like you had kind of found this perfect thing, the melodies, the tempo of the drums, like you found it. And then it seemed like you didn't know what else to do with it. You're like, well, I can't just have this continue to go on forever. So what do? I don't know. Let's pitch it down and slow it up. All right, that works. So there's a section where it's just kind of slow, kind of for no reason. I would say that was my least favorite part about it, is when you're like, I don't know, let's just slow it down. I don't think you need to. I think you have a good melody, you have a good, rhythm to it. Stagecoach music, this is a new genre. Let's rob some stagecoaches, baby. But I just think now that you've got that piece figured out, settling in on like a counter melody for the chorus, figure out a chorus, and then you can kind of go back and play with maybe some, I don't even want to say delays, maybe take out some of the elements of the main groove so you can kind of keep it fresh throughout. But that heart and soul piece, keep that, forget about the slow parts. I'd still give it an 8.
If your girl robbed a train, would you post bail for her?
Now, is this the year where I could be hanged for, hang out with train robbers? Am I guilty by association? Then no, you're on your own.
You're not guilty by association, but man, when was bail introduced as a thing? Like used to be you commit a crime, you get locked up right away, and then trial, right? Like, when did we start allowing alleged criminals to walk the streets until their court date?
When the system was like designed to get money, privatized. Probably when prisons were privatized, they're like, yeah, like if you're a broke, poor piece of shit, yeah, you're locked up, sucker. But if you can pay us, yeah, you can have your freedom again. Money, please.
All right. I feel like I got a little bit too political there. I'm going to dial it back and get to Kuiper's song.
Yeah. 1800s privatized prisons, too political. Okay, let me dial it back.
Well, I mean, what's the difference between like maybe you shot your neighbor in the leg with an arrow, or maybe you burned a witch? Like, which one deserves bail, right? Which is the less offensive crime that this person should be able to walk around before we sentence them? Huh?
I think the arrow. You can forgive an arrow. You can't forgive a burn alive.
She deserved it.
Yeah. Which...
All right. Kuiper, monomaniac. Is this like mono as in sound, mono as in the disease, mono as in you don't like being around people? Let us know while we listen to this obviously romantic song.
Nice try, Randy. Tell Tatum to hurry up, okay? Bye now. Do you want to die, Sydney? Your mother sure didn't.
Singular maniac.
Cause my name into your skin. I wanna be included, can you let me in? I want you to be touched and to reminisce. If I were to die tomorrow, I will not be missed. Put it on my safe list, I hope I die. In my tombstone, I swear out loud. Try to pass away so many times. I know you want me gone, so this is my goodbye. I try to finish 1,000 times. You're so sick and twisted, I see your signs. You left me begging, I'll take through tonight. I'm so fucking miserable, I hate my life. If I jump off, I won't survive. You told me that you cared, I know it was a lie. You want me dead or alive, make up your mind. You can scream for help, but no one will reply. I know you're suicidal, baby, don't you die on me. I'm sorry that I'm in your life, I'm such a tragedy. You left me begging, I'll take through the night. Like everywhere I ever said, just let it jealousy.
Nice try, Randy. Tell Tatum to hurry up, okay? Bye now. Die, Sydney. Your mother sure didn't.
Cause my name is to your skin. I wanna be included, can you let me in? I want you to be touched and to reminisce. If I were to die tomorrow, I will not be missed. Put it on my safe list, I hope I die. In my tombstone, I swear out loud. I try to pass away so many times. I know you want me gone, so this is my goodbye.
All right, that was Kuiper with Monomaniac. Okay, I'm glad that you sang over somebody else's beat instead of your own. But it seems like whenever the mix is just not good. I can't hear you hardly ever. Guitars and your voice are like nemesis. Like, you guys do not get along whatsoever. Either you're I just can't hear you through the guitars. I feel like I like the melodies that you contrived vocally. Lyrically, I think from what I can hear, this isn't like my favorite piece from you, but you made like it work with melodies as usual. I don't know. I feel like I want to like this song more. It's just hard to make out clarity in the vocals, and that's where it kind of falls short for me. Is I can't really tell what's going on. I can just hear your voice as an instrument most of the time, and then parts of the times I can make out some of the words clearly. I'm a little disappointed. I'll give it a optimistic 6.5 because I'm not sure how I feel about it after first listen.
Here's where I'm at. again, the talent is off the charts. Like the vocals here, I liked the melodies. I liked your voice. It felt like, as far as the mix goes, I could use a good de-esser. Like, just in general, the S's were pretty harsh. And I hated the beat. I'll just say it. I don't know how else to describe. I hated the instrumental that you used. Somehow you managed to find the worst possible combination of sounds. It was like, I walked in a high school jazz band practice and everyone's just kind of doing their own fucking thing. Like, oh, who's the tuba guy? Like, why? Who's the fucking, I don't know, cacophony of chaos. And yet somehow you found this and you're like, this is the one. This is my next banger.
This is it.
I respect the attempt. What?
Said that was the one that he heard that beat and erection.
That's it. Yeah. So your brain might be broken, but I gotta give props for props to do. The melodies were great. I'm gonna give this one a 7.
What would you rate that cover art young Kuiper drew himself?
I think I saw this exact thing. Out of 10, I'll give it a 8.5.
8.5 and then gone. RIPD Bird is absolutely correct. Oh, wait, here he is. He's back. Hey there.
Hey, I said 8.5. I love the details on the pants. I think if we were to say, oh, here's what would make it a 10, more details on the t-shirt and the face. Obviously can't see the face of Monomaniac, but yeah. 8.5. Where are you at? What do you think of the cover art?
I would give that cover art, I give it a 9. I feel like there aren't too many people hand drawing their artwork anymore. So I think the freshness of it gives me a 9 feeling.
I like
now,
that.
if everybody's out here just drawing their cover art, this is probably a 7. All right. Back to the top of the queue. Shout out to DJ Tongue Hero, Swag Lean, and Kuiper for the tips to start the show. And now we get to the bread and potatoes and all the other stuff. Here's Sleek Ivory with New Beat.
I want some bread and potatoes. Kuiper type beat. Oh, a bunch of random sounds. Put a vocal over it.
Oh, we need just the off key guitar. I like this. It's smooth. It kind of gives me old De La Soul Tribe vibes. The only thing that I would suggest that I wish it evolved a little bit more. Like it had a little bit more complex arrangement. It seemed like you found the groove that you wanted and you kind of just stuck with it. And it works as like a simple. Here's a loop with different sections. I personally just wish it kind of evolved a little bit beyond that. But for what you have here, I don't mind it. I think it works as like a nice little chill listen. Maybe put some old school boom bap raps on it. I give it a 7.5.
I don't like it. I don't.
You don't fuck
my
with boom
opinion
bap?
is, I like boom bap. This just kind of felt plodding, you know, PLODDING. Felt plodding, like you're kind of just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know,
Like James type rap.
Sure. Shots fired. Yeah, like I don't know, the bass was fine. I liked the sound choices. I just didn't like the progression, and it kind of felt just a little too simple. I'm gonna give it a 4.
All right, next up, Perspective. Kick Doors. Sounds.
Glow with a best key classy. She don't wanna fuck if you're not on game. I'm tired of these pussies always talking about what you want and what you ain't bang. On 100 rats right there. Hit a bad bitch right there and there. She want freak out, told me off the deep end, but I ain't afraid to pull. Yeah, pull up, put her face down. She don't wanna fuck with her. She on game now. I just signed a papers for a Maybach truck, and I got all 4 rims aced out. Put a drum on a stick. You know I got a little body bitch. Put her in a box, I ain't body rich. Body bags all in the walls, ain't got a switch.
I'll break that fuck into a town, nothing can stop me. I'll make it just like the night that you shot me. That's my hand, cutting you up and your friend. As fast as you can, I got 2 plates in my hands. Knocking at your door for hours. No one to call, I cut the power. I don't know where you've been over to. I just you know I'm gonna catch you.
Her 223 AR look like. Best believe all the soldiers be shell shocked. Too many times in the barrel be hot. Just smoking ganja now, sipping on the rocks. It's okay. Best believe if I see him in the town, he gon' end up here in front of my AK. Best believe if he cross my way, I can put it on that. The pussy ain't safe. Run around, hit him with a 2-piece, they ain't gunning down. You should check my stats, I'm in the honest now. She okay with a man, you know you funny now. Give me a dome in the back of the booth when I run the game down. She gon' tie my shit. Fuck it, push a bad bitch in the backseat too. If she shoot at me, I'm like 50, yeah, I'm bulletproof.
I'll break that fuck into a town, nothing can stop me. I'll make it just like the night that you shot me. That's my hand, cutting you up and your friend. As fast as you can, I got 2 plates in my hands.
All right. That was Perspective with Kick Doors. Have you ever kicked a door in, Bird?
No. Have you?
Yeah.
In what circumstance?
So let's talk about this song.
Okay.
Nah, I don't remember. Door got locked by mistake and just had to forcefully get it open and fix it afterwards.
I did live in a fraternity, and there was a lot of door kicking, for sure. In fact, we call them SoCo Saturdays before college game day. Doesn't matter if you had a guest sleeping over, whatever. The older members would bang on the pots and pans, kick your door in at like 6 in the morning, have a 5th of SoCo, and they're like, drink. And they won't let you wake up or be they won't let you just exist and go back to sleep until you take a sip of SoCo.
And this was enjoyable?
I didn't say that. I said it happened. It happened. As far as this door kicking, I loved the beat. This is one where I was like, damn, this shit right off the bat. Okay, a little Prodigy, meets hip hop. My only issue with it is like the vocals felt a little behind the beat. Like I wish they were a little bit more present so I could kind of hear them clearer. I think some of that has to do with the effect you put on them, but it did sound dope the way that those vocals kind of had that high pass filter along with that beat. I liked it overall. I think it's just some slight issues in the mix as far as being able to hear. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I like the beat once it got going and it made sense. At first, I was worried it's just going to be a bunch of loud noises for the sake of being loud. But then when the vocals came in, I was like, okay, high pass on it. It makes sense. Like you said, it makes sense the choices that were made. I just could not make out barely anything that was being said because the vocals were lost in the production. But I wanted to like it. Like, I feel like the arrangement and what you did worked and it was good. I just could not hear anything that was said. So it needs more clarity in the vocals. The vocals need to pop a little bit more over the beat. I can't go that high. I see the potential for it to being like an 8, maybe even a 9 track, depending on how the performance and the inflection sound. But I mean, I'll give it like a hopeful 6.5.
Hopeful 6.5. Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like Hyper's, like I want to like this more, but I can't in its current state. I appreciate it though.
That feels good to hear.
All right, next up, AZ Music Vault. Who gonna be there? I always ask that. Don't invite me anywhere without a guest list. If you say, hey, can you come to such and such place? That's my first question. Who all gonna be there?
That's why you stopped getting invites.
That's right.
Like, well,
stop inviting me to places with assholes I don't want to be around. If there's like 10 people that are going to be there and one of them I don't like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, yeah, you should just know if it involves going outside, Dice is out.
Good. All right, let's see who's going to be there. Open verse. So if D-Bird wants to hop on this, like he usually tries to steal things, he's more than welcome to.
There are some songs I'm like, give me that. So we'll see. I don't
know. Track not found. Hold on, I got the little. Oh. Little tears here. All right. Next up, Snake Mane. Reptalica 1.5. This sounds promising. Let's pre-rate this one. Let me give it a 7.
That feels, well, judging by the text, I'm going to give it an 8.
All right, let's see where we end up.
1.5, turn up all night.
Not at all what I expected.
No.
1.5, turn up all night. 1.5. 1.5.
Shoot at a bitch and make more than a lady. Don't do what I say and that bitch get a pay cut. Get your little cake up your way, that my bitch so bad she look pretty, no makeup. Shoot at a nigga, make more than a bucket. I don't care who you with, say fuck it. I gave him his burger, I gave him some fries, I gave him a drink, I just took off his nugget. I find out you lied, I think that you fried, I treat you like nothing. I flex on 16 bro. Nigga try to get one up on me, he get blocked. So that bitch close her leg, all I wanted was when I get high, I can smell it's that time in the mud in my spot in line. I ain't believing in guts. I believe in the ground, I'm believing on love. I ain't believing in him, I'm believing in us. Middle finger to the world, I'm leaving it up. Every time that I draw, they be eating it up. Bitch ate me at choice, she'll eat her for lunch. Got blue onions all in the main. I'm cracking your eye, I got all of my chains up. Tattoos with piercings to let all the pain up. Boy, I can fat, pull me the Drake out. Look how this shit turn to a steak out. Turning the stew with some more, this shit feel like a playground. 1.5 and that bitch can't play around.
1.5, turn up all night. 1.5, turn up all night. 1.5, 1.5.
Shoot at a bitch and make more than a lady. Don't do what I say and that bitch get a pay cut. Get your little cake up your way, that my bitch so bad she look pretty, no makeup.
It's for the follow, yo.
Make more than a bucket. I don't care who you with, say fuck it. I gave him his burger, I gave him some fries, I gave him a drink, I just took off his nugget. I find out you lied, I think that you fried, I treat you like nothing. I flex on 16 bro. Nigga try to get one up on me, he get blocked. So that bitch close her leg, all I wanted was when I get high, I can smell it's that time in the mud in my spot in line. I ain't believing in guts.
What a strange experience that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Here's why I don't like it. I think you have an interesting voice. I feel like the vocals are sloppily put together. Like there's layers there that don't need to be there. And I don't like that little digital effect in the background, whatever the 1.5 is. That just seems unnecessary. I don't like the beat. And I feel like also very repetitive. My bitch this, my bitch that, my bitch this. I feel like you have an interesting voice and a good character about yourself. Like you have a good energy, but it's just sloppily performed on this. Like if this is the intro to a project called Reptalica, I would not make it past like a third of the intro. So I feel like you need to improve the performance and the clarity in your vocals. And that would probably go a long way. Like maybe, I don't know how long you've been making music. I don't know whether it's an experience thing, but it just felt like sloppily put together. And although I feel like your inflections and your character has potential, I don't see it in this track. I would give this a 3.
Yeah, shout out Rizzle. We did meet the other night at the show. We performed, I guess, but he performed through a smoke detector going off. I was like so glad that didn't happen during my set. He was like rapping and it was like beep, 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 like the fire alarm. And I was like, oh fuck. And here I am with like my gimpy leg, and I was like, if I have to run out due to fire, I'm not gonna be able to run. So I'm gonna check it out really slowly. Like, is there an actual fire here? But shout out Rizzle, man. You were great, man. As far as this song goes, the beat, yeah, the 1.5, the robot saying 1.5 at random times throughout kind of felt like a fire alarm going off. You're like, can you just turn that part off? You know, can you just not have that? I wasn't a big fan of the beat, but I guess I get it. I like the style. I think you have a good energy. You have a good, whatever. What I'm confused about is like, did you just yell so many takes that you lost your voice? Like your voice, it sounded like you literally lost your voice and you're like, fuck it. It's the only time I have to record. I'm going to push through it. And so like, as you're screaming things, the energy's there, but like your voice is kind of cracking. It was strange. I'm going to try and give it an objective, 5 for the genre you were going for. I just think the execution, was kind of lacking as, you had no voice.
All right. Got a gifted sub from Kuiper. So already says that we will not like the guitar. Don't judge us.
Setting expectations early. Yeah, you don't know what I like. Clearly, because you keep submitting.
Another hand-drawn cover art. What about this cover art? What do you think about this one?
There could be more details in the face, but I like the halo. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Where are you at?
I think the wings are, while they feel detailed, it also feels messy. Like maybe the feathers could be a little bit more defined and intricate. I'm at a 7 too. It has his name on the shirt. Yeah, we see that. We can read.
We're just begging for other things to rate. Keep them coming, y'all.
All right.
We don't do just songs. We rate everything.
Here's Crossroads and Frontlines.
You are one sick bastard.
Tell me why I kinda wanna put my things on. Didn't realize it would take time. Waiting for you on the side. Caught you, now everything's fake. Can you tell me why he's living my life while I was sitting in the crossroads? Why'd you put me in the front lines? I could give everything you ever wanted. I know I've been unimportant to you. Baby, I would hate to cause a problem with this gun. You won't get to see the morning. And my brain is so distorted, I got visions of you right in here all morning. Tell me I won't go in. Say my God, say my God, say my God, say my God. Every time I let you run your course, you look back and treat me. I'm not saying my God, say my God. Tired of my heart, you find your what you love. After I done tell you guys too much, I hate it, but I love it so. After I done tell you guys too much, I hate it, but I love it. Tell me why I kinda wanna put my face out. Didn't realize it would take time. Waiting for you on the side. Caught you, now everything's fake. Can you tell me why he's living my life while I was sitting in the crossroads? Why'd you put me in the front lines? I could give everything you ever wanted. I know I've been unimportant to you. Baby, I would hate to cause a problem with this gun. You won't get to see the morning, and my brain is so distorted. I got visions of you riding here all morning. Tell me I won't go in. Say my God, say my God, say my God, say my God. Every time I let you run your course, you look back and treat me. I'm not saying my God, say my God.
Here's where I'm at. I mean, you're not wrong. The guitar is just kind of like happening.
Bang, bang.
But god damn it, it sounds good. Your vocals, they sound great. I like the writing. I like the tone. Imagine what this could be with a guitar that like wasn't just somebody randomly slapping it on the pavement, like bah, bah, bah. Like imagine. You know what? Fuck it. I liked it anyways. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. You know what? Parts to improve. The writing and the melodies are special. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, good melodies again. I think I like this one lyrically better than the one we heard earlier. But you know, always competing with the guitar and the vocals. I mean, here's my thought as we were listening to this. I mean, Noir, for those who watch the show, is pretty consistent producer. I mean, we're generally giving him somewhere between an 8 and a 10 on any given day. And I feel like Kuiper is 2 changes away from being like the most consistent artist submitting songs on our show. Like, A, he needs better beats, and B, he needs better mixing on his vocals. Like, if you had just consistent production and consistent mixes, I would probably always give you like an 8 or a 9 on most of your songs.
I'd be a
10. There would be a 10. And I feel like
it's very excitable.
I feel like you are the one person consistently submitting who has melodies that make sense and lyrics that are always unique and interesting to listen to. And what holds you back is your odd choice in production and lack of experience mixing. I think that's really just the 2 things. So I would give this song a 7. A hopeful like glimmer of hope with a better mix, probably move up into the 8s. And if a different beat, a 9.
Different beat is a 10 all the way. But we work with what we got.
We'll work with what we got. We'll make it work. All right. Next up, Prod JP, EP Beat 3. Sure. The piano keys on this are clashing, my guy. Like, I don't mind the strings in the intro. I don't mind the drums and the hi-hats, but the piano's got to go. It just feels like the pianos are haphazardly just slapped in there. Take those out and replace it with something else, a melody or some other instrument. That's bringing this beat down. I'll give it a 5 because I like everything else, but yeah, get rid of the pianos.
Exactly what he said. Everything worked great. I loved the synth. I loved the flute. The melodies were dope. The piano was insane. It's like, here is your burger, sir. Oh, do you want our special sauce? You're like, well, what's the sauce? Just spit on it right in front of you. Oh. So I'm gonna give it a fair 5 because of the piano, but like that could have been easily a 8.5 without the piano.
All right, Pag MC, Boa Noit. Oh my god.
Get lit.
Medicine here.
Boa noite, eu digo pra quem eu aprecio, pra quem eu sei que não vacilar comigo, pra aqueles que seguem na honestidade, que nunca andaram fingidos na falsidade. Boa noite pra aqueles que seguem a vida, que todos sabem que pode ser dolorida, para os que sabem que se fizer algo mal aos inocentes, então não será bem-vinda, não será. Mas eu quero montar um castelo, qualquer canto que vejo é belo, as paisagens, verão e inverno, eu quero mais perto, enquanto chega um cara mais velho dizendo que sua vida foi perdida, pois seguia apenas o que os outros te davam, e por sua vida toda ele trabalhava, não aproveitava. Boa noite, 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 boa noite,
Brazilian?
E tudo passava e tudo corria mais, eu aproveitava pois seguia os seus pais. Não é dizendo que eles não sabem cuidar, mas você deve se quiser viver mais. E viver não é só tempo, viver é aproveitar. Sair de casa e viver é amigar. Você não vai querer ser velho e precisa de um lugar, porque seu filho foi te abandonar, e agora você vai ter que ficar no lugar pra te abrigar, pra não viver morto na rua. Ai, que vida triste é sua, eu não queria viver ela. Eu vivo por detrás da tela, falando a verdade nua e crua, inovando na música brasileira, que muitos desconhecem a essência verdadeira. Boa noite, 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 boa noite.
Right. That was Boa Noite by Pag MC. Yeah, Kuiper, I think he is Brazilian. Good artist also. Producer, does little rappity raps. I like the song. I think to start out with, the 8-bit sounds were quite loud. Maybe if in the beginning, if you can tame those in so that it isn't as sharp on the ears. But once it got going in the rest of the production, it sounded fine. I think the only thing that I would nitpick on this is that the vocals could be a little bit more on top of the production. I like the production a lot. And it kind of gives me like old school, like Kanye Stronger vibes, the way that the hook sounds. Yeah, I mean, I genuinely like this. I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I mean, I'm exactly what you said. Initially, right off the bat, I was like,
Yeah.
And then it started going, and you get your ears acclimate to the 8-bit sounds. You're like, all right, I like this beat a lot. And then, yeah, I think you did your thing. And just, again, the vocals could have been a little bit more on top. So just doubling down everything he said, and I'm at an 8 too.
Okay. Kuiper wants to show us a Brazilian song because he obviously knows we're fluent in Portuguese.
Perfect.
Appreciate you, Kuiper.
I like Brazilian.
I love
That
Brazilian.
means shaved pussy.
All right, here's Melhor Parar by Kuiper Kunai and X. Who are these people, Kuiper? Who are these people that you've collaborated with? And why is it only 1 minute and 45 seconds if this is a collaboration?
Bandidos são inimigo direto do estado. Eu tô com o Tex e o body dentro de carro. A cena parecendo documentário criminal. Tanto Jack espalhado, eu não sei nem pra onde olhar. Você é uma pulga, realmente eu vou te pisar. Você é uma puta e se eu sou ruim é melhor parar. Eles estão com uma bomba na mochila e vão se estourar. Eu tô chegando de avião, sua torre eu vou derrubar.
Essa mina ligou pra mim, mano, eu desliguei. Todos mano que se foram, mano, executei. Enriquecendo, trampando com Dario, o body e o Hiroto no Você se incomodando que eu fiz isso. Todo mundo seguindo meu espaço, respeite o sênior. Ele anda com adolescente, mas ele é um senhor. Você usa as barras fracas, eu não te entendo. Ele continua escutumando, esse cara é ingênuo. Eu nunca vou me doer por uma barra de mano que foi exposto. Ele nem mostra, eu tô falando sério. Voltando pro caminho certo. Você não é gênio, não é ref e ainda é nenhum de vocês, mano, é rap. Eu tô botando a cara.
Cê tá irritando todo mundo, então cala a boca e para. Tá desavisado, vai tomar soco na cara. Tipo uma piada, mas ninguém deu risada. Tentando se esconder, mas não vai adiantar. Se podre vai aparecer. São vermes de esgoto escondido na sombra. Ano passa, nesse que faz a bomba. Sempre no caminho oposto, porque nós que é a fronte. Se não sabe se equilibra, pisa no seu pé e tomba. Filhos sempre vão ser filhos e vermes sempre vão ser vermes. Isso tá entendido. Então foda-se que tô falando, nunca vou tá ouvido. Pra ver a tua forma, que a semana tá fudida.
Consequências da vida de trem.
Bandidos são inimigo direto do estado. Eu tô com o Tex e o body dentro de carro. A cena parecendo documentário criminal. Tanto Jack espalhado, eu não sei nem pra onde olhar. Você é uma pulga, realmente eu vou te pisar. Você é uma puta e se eu sou ruim é melhor parar. Eles estão com uma bomba na mochila e vão se estourar. Eu tô chegando de avião, sua torre eu vou derrubar.
Here's what I'd say. I liked it. I liked it. The beat did feel a little chaotic. Just overall, the whole thing felt a little chaotic, but I think it worked. Yeah, like it was a vibe. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, a lot of energy. I'll give it an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what Bird said. The beat definitely felt chaotic, but controlled chaos. And what you guys did vocally worked on it. Typical, maybe the vocals could be a little bit more clear, but yeah, it worked somehow. Cool, fun little toss out there track, I would say. I'd give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Maybe you should show that to Pag MC.
Yeah. Dove says they got a question for me. Shoot. I'm here. What's up?
There's your question, Bird. What's your answer?
What is the question?
Should they continue singing lessons because they've been told that their voice has so much potential and they could be a great singer?
Yeah, why not? I think always strive to learn, always strive to push. Yeah, keep going. I think the only failure is stopping to try. Stop trying. Yeah.
All right, next up, Boggy Beats. Zaza.
Zaza. I believe that's slang for weed.
Really?
Like old slang, like Tupac era slang.
Why can't we just call it marijuana like we used to? Huh?
Yeah, back in my day.
Back in my day, marijuana was the term that we used. Mary Jane, Huh? All right, whatever.
Boji baby. Boji baby.
I mean, 10 seconds in, this sounds like a Zaza beat.
This is Zaza. I've never heard Zaza. Zaza Gabor. What do I think of your voice personally? I think you're still learning how to use it. I don't think you know how to use it yet. It comes with time and experience. Try different shit. Be more expressive. Yeah, that's what I think.
I wish there was more to this beat. However, in the context of it being a Kodak Black beat, I understand the lack of more to it. It needs an artist who uses their voice in a lot of ways, and their voice is going to be the main draw of the track. Like somebody who's super expressive and, you know, like maybe not like maybe like a Busta Rhymes, like a Ludacris, somebody who's going to like overpower the track. So I understand the lack of depth to it. I personally just wish there was more to it. However, I like it. I give it a 7.
Yeah, I think, you know, we've been doing this long enough that you can kind of, it's one thing to just sit and listen to a beat, and then another to kind of imagine what yourself or someone else would sound like over it. And I think you just nailed it, hit the nail on the head, where it's like, it's kind of plain just sitting and listening to it. But if you had an artist come in and just play around like blah, 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 like, yeah, it works. So I think it's good for what it is. I'm just going to give it an 8. I think it's a solid beat.
All right. Next up, the return of A.D. Rocky, and starting off strong. I believe this is a picture of his mom. Looks like a mugshot. Not a mug shotty, but just a mug shot. Motherless Child, featuring No C Notes. Question: if you made a song about your mother, does the feature also talk about your mother, or did they talk about their mother?
I think they'd have to talk about their own, unless they fucked my mom. Then you can talk about my mom. But if you didn't fuck my mom, you can't talk about my mom.
This has nothing to do with A.D. Rocky, but let's see what happens here. Not ruling that out.
I feel like a motherless child alone.
I'd like to welcome everybody to my album. What you hear is a reflection of me. This shit is not made for no fans of Youngboy. This shit is not made for no fans of Drake. This shit is not made for someone who wants their shit squeaky clean. It's just me and I'm broke. All my life I had to fight, they said to lie down. Tried to bomb my power light, I bring the mic now. Using it to shine a light on my stripe now. I doubt you're gonna touch me like a mic now. That I'm fully grown, pop listen and listen. Welcome to the tape, made this shit for all the children. Get into the mental institutions for the shit that they doing to themselves and their parents should be in prison. Thinking that a kid playing on a game is the reason why they wanna blow out their brains. Just punish all the victims and fill them up with hate. Treat the symptoms, not the problem, and then stick them in a place. Dad says the pills can fix it all, over prescribing to make addiction. Tricking them just to keep their clientele. They just plugs in life coach, hate them bitches. I'm tied down to my town by my frown. Wanna make it out, but I found it right now. I'm kinda stuck, raise eyebrows. If I'm about to speak about my past, my right now, my fights out. I've been to loony bin sin. Spoke up and got sentimental terminal sentencing on incidental. That and if you had it bad, you send it to the pen or Kindle. All the anger that it takes, teaching shit and mend it. Yo, Zaki, what you talking about?
Yo, Eddie, what you talking about?
How I barely made it out my mama's fucking house.
Hey, yo, it's Tobin in this bitch, I'm on your fucking couch. All this since a kid now, killing shit and getting clout. I ain't had a doubt since I dropped out, bitch, I made it out. Trying to get a couple M's in my new account, but they billies keep us really in a fucking drought. Yo, what you know about? Stretch a $20 bill to the end of the week. So not a dollar, man, you'll be the only thing you can eat. But not a dollar, man, you ain't even a dollar, it's three. What else you motherfuckers coming down and taking from me? And you can take it from me. I'll send them off in the coffin. They ask me if I off them every day. I said often. You gotta take precautions and watch where you're walking. I had enough of y'all robbing Peter to pay Paul with. Talk my shit, use a bitch, pipe down. Quick load the clip, finish, shut shit down. Click, click, I blast off your shit right now. Ain't no way you coming round for the other rounds.
We deserve a motherfucking blunt after that shit, bro. After I fuck your bitch.
Ain't no way you coming round for the other rounds.
Yeah, that shit'll be too loose.
Gross. All right, that was Motherless Child by A.D. Rocky. Here's what I think. It's a strong statement. I'm going to do this as a whole package. It's a strong statement to put someone's face as the cover art if that whole track isn't about them. The feature didn't talk about your mom or their mom. The feature did a really good job, actually. It's not like, Eminem Cleaning Out My Closet where the whole song is about that person. So if Eminem had decided to put Deb as the cover art, it would have made sense. I don't know that putting your mom as the cover art makes sense for this. For the actual song itself, I think you've gotten a whole lot more polished with how you construct your tracks. It definitely felt cleaner from a listening perspective. Lyrically, it still feels a little bit convoluted. Like sometimes you say things to make the rhyme for the sake of rhyming and not necessarily that it adds any context or value to the story being told. Hopefully that makes sense. But there's just like some lines where you just like, I'm going to rhyme several words together and do multi-syllables, and whatever was said before and whatever was said after it doesn't even matter. You just kind of like throw this multi-syllable in there for the sake of like, I can do this. Sure. Like, yeah, show off your rap skills. I'm not detracting from that. Just kind of like a call out. Like the song feels like it was supposed to have a theme and ends up being like, you have a theme and then your feature just kind of does some cool raps. So as an overall package, I think it's a good song. I think just my advice is more so about like framing the context of what you're trying to present. Like, does this really make sense? Motherless Child when the feature is not talking about your mom and everything else that's going on. I'll give it a 7.5 though.
Yeah, I like it overall. I think the feature was a good addition. They had cool energy, great rap voice. But kind of like Dice said, like spiritually, you're like, how does it make sense? With his words, your words, how do they come together? Right. I think there was just some technicalities things, like when you guys were going back and forth, the effects that you used on the vocals, I was like, oh, it sounds like poor quality. Like there's times, like especially when you were like, kind of just talking. I don't know if you just didn't apply the same sort of filters and editing to those parts, but it just felt like lower quality vocals, which was strange. And then the other thing, kind of like Dice said, I caught it manifesting itself in like the writing of like, you use fucking as a filler word a lot of times. And I think it's to fill space, right? It's like, I got fucking high. I got fucking. And it's just, sure, maybe it's the way you talk, but like when I'm listening to it, it doesn't seem like there's a reason for it to be there. And it makes me want to give the advice of, use your words, right? Stop using fucking as a crutch, because I think it comes across as lazy writing at times. But overall, I like what you did here. I like the writing overall, and it does sound more polished. I think you've gotten better. I'm going to give it an 8.
All right. Shout out AD Rocky. Next up, Samantha Robinson Higgins, aka Lord Glorium. Interesting. All right. Sample track edit.
Like this?
Yes.
What was that?
Because the timelines change direction now, and forever swallow all your pills. Because the timelines change direction now.
I don't know why you're doing it like this.
Yes.
Because the timelines change direction now, and forever swallow all your pills. Because the timelines change direction now.
I don't know why you're doing it like this.
Yes.
I'm not enduring that little marbles clanking together sound again. That sound is annoying as hell. The little that total distraction. This loop that you have here, so it feels like you have the start of a beat and then it just never finishes. You just loop it again. I don't really know what to rate this based on hearing that. It's like, okay, you have a great maybe like 30-second intro to a beat, but there's nothing else really happening here other than the marbles slapping together in my right ear. Unfortunately, I'll give it a 2.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Yeah, the marble part was terrible. But also the sample, like as that was going, it was like, okay, like this works. But like you said, it just kind of felt like the start of something unfinished. And, you know, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but like the cutting out and then the fading back in, like it just felt kind of amateurishly done. Like, I think there's a smoother way to kind of have these transitions. I'll give it a 4 as a start.
All right. AMRF they listened to our advice and they want to say, how does this sound now? Hopefully we remember what the title looks familiar, but hopefully we remember what it sounds like too. Right. I feel like this is one of those moments where I wish we knew what we said before.
I know. I have no idea.
I kind of think that maybe a piece of feedback that you gave them was like some sort of effect to like do the transitions, because I hear that little slow down and pitch shift thing, but I can't remember if this was the person you told that to. So I'll just frame this in the context of, if this is my first time listening to it, it's okay. It's good. It's a beat. It has some transitions in it. I think if I had to, let me listen to a few seconds real quick. There's nothing really that stands out to me that says, hey, you need to change this or do this. I feel like this is one of those beats where you accomplish the goal, and I think any further adjustments are either just going to be overkill or not impactful. So I would leave this where it's at. I think it's fine for, like, you know, if somebody likes this, they can do something on it, or if somebody finds a use case for it, they can use it. I'll give it a 7. Like, I don't really have any strong opinions about this is weak or this is, you know, great. Like, it's a beat and it does what it needs to do.
Dice, where do you put song?
You put song in Discord, and in Discord there's a channel called Sunday Stream Feedback. You put song there.
As far as this song that was put in the queue, yeah, I have no idea what I said last time. I'm approaching this with fresh-ish ears. I do kind of remember the da-da-da-da. And if I'm thinking and guessing what I said is like putting that further in the background, I think that piece works. I think that's really good. The suggestions I have now are more trying to think of like how an artist would like approach this, right? And I think you've got a solid beat. I think it's straightforward. Someone can easily just rap over this. As a beat, it's fine. I think if I was an artist approaching it, there's maybe a little too many switch ups, a little too early. I think the first one came around like 30 seconds where like the beat kind of goes out and then comes back in. And like that would be just right in the middle of the verse. You know what I mean? As a rapper. So I don't know. I'd be curious to see how somebody would approach it. My initial gut reaction is maybe it's a little too much too soon. Maybe save that for a little later in the beat. But I could be wrong. I'm going to give this a 7.5. I think it's a solid beat.
All right. Next up, Xannies. White Tea with Ditachi.
White Tea, Ditachi.
I love white teas.
Yeah, you do.
The channel you put it in is called Sunday Stream Feedback. Today's queue is closed for today, but you can get in line early for our next show. We do this every Sunday for free and every Wednesday for subscribers. If you absolutely must have your song played today, you could subscribe, gift a sub, or tip if you would like to. But if you post it in the Sunday Stream Feedback channel, we will be listening to it bright and early next Sunday. But also check out the community. It is active daily, frequently, and periodically.
Yeah, when you post to the stream feedback, you just get our initial reactions. If you post to the community, you know, share your finished songs, share your beats, then anyone can comment. Get a bunch more reactions that way.
All right, here is Xannies, White Tea. Yo, in my white tee.
This isn't like franchise boys. I'm gonna be mad.
Every single day, making new plays every single fucking day. I be in a crib and I'm tryna fuck some. Oh my god, I'm in the bed with a liquor. Oh my god, I'm really buying all this liquor. And we bout to go to a fucking space, man. What you wanna do, boy? You nothing. I've been pulling with them motherfucking homies. Oh my god, this beat so fucking hardy. Pull up to the party, you know white tee. Pull up to the party, you know white tee. Pull up to the party, you know white tee. Baby, you wanna see my drip, then come at me. When my boys slide in the fucking building. If you wanna see me, boy, come at me. Come get at me and come and hit me.
I don't like it. I feel like I can hardly hear the vocals. It's just driven by the production 90% of the way. The writing that I do hear is low effort, maybe medium reward. You know, it can be remembered easily, but there's no context or real strong thoughts behind it. It's just hard to hear the vocals is the main thing. Poor mixed. And I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday. Like, we need more regional music. Like, I can't tell where this person is from. Like, what happened to being able to hear somebody from New York and knowing they're from New York, hearing somebody from Georgia, knowing they're from Atlanta, hearing somebody from New Orleans, hearing somebody from the West Coast. Like, these days you can listen to this and that person could be from bumfuck Ireland. It just all sounds the same. So I wish there was some more specificity in the artistry. This just sounds like 100 other songs that we've heard on this show. I'll give it a 3.
Yeah. I mean, I think there is something to be said about like kind of the genericness of like a poppy rap song. Like, if that's what you're going for, you got it. Like, it's just kind of one of 1,000 types that kind of have the same feel and vibe. But I do think the thing that's missing is the mix, right? Like, the effects on the vocals just makes it so the beat washes you out. So I think that's the biggest initial fix. Outside of that, I think there's some to be desired from the writing aspect, but you have good energy. So I'll give it a 3 too.
All right. Diamond Pokemon. Gengar's got a little bit of marijuana in his mouth there.
Uh-oh. You never give a Gengar marijuana after midnight.
My Jalo sweater on my body, it's cold in the summer. Blueberry bells putting on Burberry, bitch, I'm counting hundreds. Burberry is out Santa March, you talk disrespectful. No, you can't get on my level, but get your bag up. Boy, I'm cutting the bands. Just let me know in advance if you want to smoke, I get ready your head. Pokemon, I get you by the tail. Running the boy, I'm cutting the bands. Just let me know in advance if you want to smoke, I get ready your head. Pokemon, I get you by the tail. I see you, it's on sight, on my rifle. I pull up to a quick, she eat me a bitch, I'm not die for. She ain't keeping on the lover, but I like you. Disrespect my brothers, pull up on you on my fire. Running the grind, I'm cutting the bands. Just let me know in advance if you want to smoke, I get rid of your head. Pokemon, I get you by the tail. Running the grind, I'm cutting the bands. Just let me know in advance if you want to smoke, I get rid of your head. Pokemon, I get you by the tail.
Pokemon.
The beat, man. How? Why? When? Who? Wow. The beat was terrible. It's just overpowering, and it kind of was very distracting. I guess it's a type of music some people enjoy, just loud screeching guitars randomly going. It sounded like the vocals were mixed better. Like maybe you knew what you were doing on the mix front, but there wasn't enough going on in the vocals to really combat the terrible guitar stuff happening. Overall, as a song, I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, to me, I mean, this sounds like the last song, just with better vocal quality. Like, I don't know where this person is from. The last 2 people we played could be from the exact same city, and I would have no context there. So the vocals sound clearer on this one, but again, just kind of like low effort lyrics, song about nothing essentially. And yeah, that's really all I got for that one. I give it a 4 as well. And I'm not saying songs about nothing are like bad, but it's truly a song that I don't remember anything that was said. Not like a DJ Tongue Hero where it has a melody to it.
Get licked.
Yeah. All right. Next up, The Fallen Dove, Me Too.
My love is dying.
You said you loved me too. You say you want me too. You say you hate me, well, me too. You said you wished I was dead, well, me too. Driving drunk, hanging out the sunroof. You mad at me, well, what you finna do? Expressing my pain while in the booth. I don't know what to do, I've been feeling like a goof. Stars align, I'm not flying. Took my pride, never took my side. Cocaine and recline, ay, I'm gonna fly. You said you loved me too. You say you want me too. You say you hate me, well, me too. You said you wished I was dead, well, me too. It's a lonely, starry night. I see stars align. They tell me it's time. Take a knife in my life. I don't wanna survive. I've been trying to thrive. Snap back on Snapchat. I lost track. My music. I wanna fly. Chest bands, heart attack. You said you loved me too. You say you want me too. You say you hate me, well, me too. You said you wished I was dead, well, me too. You said you loved me too. You say you want me too. You say you hate me, well, me too. You said you wished I was dead, well, me too.
All right, that was The Fallen Dove with Me Too. I think there's some parts of this that are improvements, and then there's some parts of this that are still stuck in that uncomfortable flow. Like there's lines where you're like the, and then on the hook you're like blending your lines together. So it's sometimes you know what you're doing, and then other times it sounds like you just kind of fall back into you don't know what to say, so you don't change the words to fit the tempo and the structure of the beat. And again, some of the sung pitches are slightly off in the tone. I wouldn't say it's as egregious in this particular track as before, but definitely some like pitch choices in tone of your vocals that just don't fit. I give this a 4.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think there's some parts that, like, musicality speaking, it's like, oh, yeah, like you might be onto something. I think the hook, there was parts of it where it kind of worked. You're like, oh, yeah, the singing, all right, yeah. But then in the verses, kind of like you said, Dice, it's like if you have to stop the beat and then like bring it back in, it's because you have too many words. Like you literally adjusted the beat to go with your verse rather than just finding the right amount of words to fit comfortably into the beat as it exists. Yeah, 4.
Next up, Staff Wave, Brockhampton AG Club type beat. Free pick.
I just heard about Brockhampton. Somebody was like, I was telling them about the music documentary we did, and they're like, oh, like Brockhampton. Like, what? They're like, yeah, you know, when all the creators got together, made an album together, you know. I was like, no, I have no idea. So apparently early 2010, somebody did that.
I've heard the name Brockhampton, but I never knew exactly what it was. I've never been intrigued enough to like deep dive and say, oh, what is Brockhampton? I've heard of AG Club, not Brockhampton. Is it a group?
Yeah, apparently it was like a group formed on the internet, kind of similar to exactly what we are. And I was like, huh, I went down a little rabbit hole and then I stopped caring because they've been broken up for like over a decade. But yeah, kind of same shit. It's just like, oh yeah, you know, personalities clashed and so left, and then everyone split, and it's like, weird.
We got 10 years, huh?
Excuse me, please.
I have no clue what happened last night. I love this. I think I've heard enough. I think this is kind of what we mentioned to producers a lot, where it's like you have a melody and then you have a counter melody, and you know, alternate those at specific points to make sure the beat feels like there's variety into it. So like there's like the same thing going on, but like he switches the tone and then he takes it out. Like, just, I don't know. There's not a lot going on here, but it feels fresh the way that it's arranged. I like this a lot. I'll give it a 9.5.
I love it too. I mean, there's just a bounciness that is fun. Like, it's just the whole time you're like, yeah. Like, I would rip this beat. I love it. I'm gonna forget all about it the second we log off. But right now, this is my new favorite beat. 10.
All right. Casper, backing track for Kuiper.
Oh.
Since I begged him to make one, Kuiper still refuses to use it, but we're going to listen to it.
It's like 3 doors down type beat. Dude. Love it.
Casper and his drummer collaborating to create a backing track for Kuiper, because I keep asking Kuiper to get some better guitars, and Bird has asked for some better guitars, and we got a guitar player and a drummer. I like it. I like how you guys just kind of bounce off each other, and it works. It obviously works well. You guys obviously play off of each other's musicality very strongly. It would be curious to see if Kuiper could like execute something on top of this, but I think even at the end of the day, if you just sent him some guitars that he could build drums around, is a step in the right direction. This is just kind of a slap together piece. Impressive. I give it a 9.
I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I think this was everything I love about rock and roll music, all in one little piece. You know what? Fuck Kuiper. I'm gonna take that beat. That beat is now a D-Bird rock song. I'm starting on my rock journey. Yeah. All right. I'll be back.
Okay. Next up, Cul-de-sac T, Too Far Gone.
Got a lot of shit on my mind, trying to get it off, but this bitch on my line, knowing I won't change, why the fuck you even try? I love her to my death, but I'm mentally checked out, pleading for forgiveness, she's the next to be sent out. She said I used to care, I said I used to feel, I take too many hits when I lose my shield, I hurt who I love when I lose my pill. Once the truth gets revealed, I start losing my will. She may cry, I hang up and start chewing a pill, get high just enough to cover up the scars, and get even higher to forget who we are. I lie through my teeth and tell the truth on a pad, let you know that I hate you and I wear it like a badge. The keys to my soul you'll never enter, cause I locked it. There's only room for me and my ego in this cockpit. Ego in this cockpit. I'll fly away now. She said I miss how you used to be. I changed on purpose, you refused to leave. I can't take it back, cause I'm too far gone. For you and my sake, I think you need to move on. She said I miss how you used to be. I changed on purpose, you refused to leave. I can't take it back, cause I'm too far gone. For you and my sake, I think you need to move on. Her cries get louder and my truth gets harsher. It's hard to reflect when the mirror image haunts you. Ain't no rehab for the shit that I do. Stomp on her feelings, wipe her tears with my shoes. Pass on my pain from shit I never worked through. My fate'll never change, no matter what I choose. A long time ago I died, she want the old me back. I feel like this bitch only holds me back. She said I'm the snake who bit her wings off. I think I put it down only just to feel strong. She said I take her power just to fill my void. I never learned to love, only learned to destroy. I burn every bridge that I built with my hands. Crash from the sky but never plan where I land. Travel lost and don't know where to go. See the turn coming, still I follow on this road. She said I miss how you used to be. I changed on purpose, you refused to leave.
Thanks for the follow.
I can't take it back cause I'm too far gone. For you and my sake, I think you need to move on. She said I miss how you used to be. I changed on purpose, you refused to leave. I can't take it back cause I'm too far gone. For you and my sake, I think you need to move on.
Chillin'. Finishing up our queue for today. That was Cul-de-sac T with Too Far Gone. I like this. I like that there's an actual topic to what the song is about. I think there's obviously stable flow and delivery. I just wish there was a little bit more inflections in how you pronounce some of the things, especially in the hook. I think it could be a little bit more expressive. Not that everybody has to be, like high energy, off the radar type stuff. But there's certain ways that you can pronounce things to like be a little bit more expressive and like show a little bit more energy or excitement in how you say some of the words. I think like bits and pieces of the verses could use that. And I think the hook could especially use a lot more energy because it feels kind of like flat. I mean, it's almost like you give the presence, you give the appearance that you're, you know, too cool to show that you're excited, which, you know, I'm not saying that's the case, but that's how it comes off. So solid writing, you know, good storytelling. I just wish that it had a little bit more in the expression side. I would say on a 1 to 10 that this would give me a 7. I feel like it's a 7. I don't know where Bird went, but I'll keep going. All right, save that for next time. Here's Mel Nooks. Shout out Phantomly Reaper. Roaming Free. That was Mel Nooks with Roaming Free. There were times where I liked what was going on, especially with the vocal sample playing. And then there were other moments where there was a lot going on, and it just felt very busybody. That deep synth that you had, that felt very busybody. That part of the end where the high synths came in, when everything was playing simultaneously, it felt busybody. But like there's pockets and moments in between that where it works as like core production. And I think mix wise, the only thing that seemed kind of off to me was the deep synths just felt kind of loud, especially in the first half of the beat. But always interesting transitions. Like it's always interesting to see where you're trying to take it to. I feel like just the transitions into the busy moments just felt chaotic to me. However, it all just kind of works when you blend it together. I see what you're going for. Just when everything's playing simultaneously, it feels a bit much. But overall, still consistent. You know, always good mixes on your stuff and always clean sound selection and choice. I'll give it a 7. Still overall solid. All right, no deburts, so I'm gonna just keep powering through. Work in progress chorus, unfinished mixing, using a phone, decided to change away. Okay. Here's Lukitz with The Singularity.
I will heal you, I will kill you, I will break you, I will fix you, I will treat you, I will steal you, I will help you, I will bend you, I will heal you, I will kill you, I will break you, I will fix you, I will treat you, I will steal you, I will help you, I will bend you. My existence is contradictive, a paradoxical outcome. I physically counter physics, the center of good and bad. I don't tilt, I don't bother, slim is the balance like yin and yang. I don't fit into your descriptions. I'm living in a dimension with pictures and non-existent envision. It's just perfection. You will never cross paths with me. I'm vivid but not visible. You're tipping off the balance board. I pivot still on the midst of the universe that y'all live in. The singularity of it all. Up to one little spot, infinitely 50-50, not a hint or a dot. Indescribable, I'm nifty, all in one yet I'm not.
Whoa.
I was created when creation fell apart and broke up. I'm nothing like you, but you're like me in a way. We all got something in common, all evolve and time carries all of us. But like your friends, it's gonna drop you and I will pick you up. Until the galaxy is fallacy, I'll speed this over. I will heal you, I will kill you, I will break you, I will fix you, I will treat you, I will steal you, I will help you, I will bend you, I will heal you, I will kill you, I will break you, I will fix you, I will treat you, I will steal you, I will help you, I will bend you. Who am I? You've entered the singularity, the center of everything that wasn't reality. Abstract in a way you cannot imagine me, or telling friends what I'm like when you're out the status. Really, I'm like the core of the earth, the middle part of the seesaw, the 50% up on the slide of your screen. God, the regulator of morality, me always keeping the balance, never damaged, I keep up. I've seen the changes of the fear and hate and the cheers and playing, but I feel away when prodigies are wasted, when a gleeful day dies and people fade with it. Instead of celebrate, we are letting extra hate. I'm watching our universe go backwards like when the flames are ablaze and the temples race to the limit and energy flooded every corner. The universe had a race, but it calmed down. We're looking off now. I see when the soul is traded for fame and a crowd out in the world, it's a mosh pit, and I wanna rock out. The lights turning off, it's feeling so dark now, and life became competition. It isn't just about living, our mission is domination. That's why we can't stop the killing, and it is a combination of knowledge and our spirit, feeling so out of place. The boat that was strong is sinking. Singularity, losing clarity, rapidly getting damaged. We have been set to accept all these deaths from these weekly tragedies. Back in the days when I had no brains, I thought we lived happily. Actually, that's a fallacy. I can see it more clearly. Passing me is the time and I have to leave it behind. But was happier when I didn't think past would reach my eyes and
duplicates. Clarity is also is strongly improved. So whatever you did as far as changing how you were speaking into the phone, that works perfect. Keep doing that. You say it's unfinished and not mixed. Yeah, like the verses lack layers. It needs more depth to it. So if you don't have the best microphone quality, the best thing you can do is have some layers there to kind of smooth things out a little bit in addition to mixing it. But it just feels very bare bones. There's no layering, there's no ad libs, there's no highlights to the verses. I'm not a big fan of the hook. The hook just feels slow and it brings me into a lull. It kind of takes me out of the track. Maybe if there was some more pop to the vocals, like if they were a little bit more presence, but I think it's just like the way it's written and performed, it just kind of like slows the entire song down. And also that last verse, it's just like the one thing that I always say to artists, like, I respect everybody wanting to be as in depth or as complex as they want to be, but we're not all superstars here, right? You're growing your audience. Like, does it need to be that complicated? If that's your goal and that's what you want and that's what you think your audience is going to gravitate to, cool. On the first listen, though, it just feels like overly complicated for the sake of showing off rhymes. And, does it really resonate, from a memory perspective? For me, not really. I would want to hear like more clever lines, well placed and well spaced out than I would, a bunch of complex things just like back to back to back to back. So keep that in mind as you're, making tracks and building up an audience. Is like, does this actually resonate with people, or am I just saying things to show off my writing ability or how I can, perform multi-syllables? But I do think, overall, this is a step in the right direction for you from the quality perspective. I would give it a 6.5. All right. We did a staff wave earlier. Going to save that one for next week. Nara, Still. This was his submission from the last round of the producer competition. Take a listen to this one. I don't know. You left. Afternoon. 12 o'clock. That crash that you bring in at the start of the 4-bar loop, I wish that had a little bit more of a trail on it. It feels like it doesn't have a lot of shine on it. But I like this beat a lot. Like, I think the thing that I said from the competition standpoint with the way that the vocals were placed on it, it just felt awkward at times. But as a standalone piece, I think it's really solid. It has a smoothness to it and a lot of variety in the arrangement that I think suits artistry well. So I think it could have like a very nice laid back song on it. I think we have a Little Swiss song coming up. Like somebody like Little Swiss would sound great over something like this, do some storytelling and whatnot. I think sound wise, that was probably the only thing that kind of like stood out to me on this listen, is that crash that you have at the beginning of the loop. It just feels like it doesn't have any sparkle to it. It just kind of exists and then cuts out. But overall, I love the beat. I think the beat itself, I give a strong 8.5 too. Probably once I hear an actual new song on it, I'd probably be in like the 9 range if it's a good song. But I love this beat. Good shit, Nara. All right, next up, Vesta Via Cream. Got a few more left. Got Marco, DCE, and then Little Swiss, and then that's it for today's show, unless any tips come up. So here's Vesta Via.
I don't know what's happening.
His people are strange. I say that Ultraman will be back. I wonder when he will return to us again. There's one way to know. He'll let us know if he will be back here. Don't worry. He'll return. I know he'll be returning. I just hope that he's all right. The chief told me he would return.
This is one of those beats where you have like a tempo, you have everything, and it sounds like everything works because it's on the same tempo, but like the layers aren't blending together well. Like it feels like different layers are doing different things for different reasons, and there's no progression to the arrangement. Like you just have layers playing for the sake of layers. I feel like you need to space some things out and take a breath and like re-examine, do these layers add value to each other, or are they just playing because they're on the same tempo? Feels like they're just playing because they're on the same tempo and they're not really doing much to make this a composition. It's just dragging and dropping stuff on there and, you know, volume and panning and whatnot. It just feels like everything's clashing in the background. I think the drums are fine. Just the sound choices outside of that need to be re-examined. Where it's at, I'll give it a 4 because there's not anything else going on. It's just a loop. There's no real arrangement to it. So I think if you can figure out which melody is your lead melody and then build around that, it'll move it in the direction you need to go in. But just adding sounds for the sake of you like the sound and it sounds good on this tempo, it's just presenting a lot of challenges here. All right, next up, Marco. Appreciate the feedback from last week. All right, cool. That's that. Okay, Marco. I like this too. That the humming that you have in the verse, I would turn that down a little bit. It feels a little bit overpowered in comparison to if I was an artist rapping on it. It just feels a little bit too strong. Everything else I like the drums, I like the melody, I like the hook part of it. I almost wonder what the hook would sound like with a high pass filter on it, but you know, the way you have it, everything works together well. I like the arrangement. Good old school swing to this. Yeah, I like everything. Just turn down the humming in the verses is what I would say. I give this an 8. Yeah, everything else I like about it. It has a nice bop to it. A good head nod beat. Good shit. Salute. Next up, DCE, aka Eliano. The Rise. Oh, we got a music video. Visualize.
9 to 5, I ain't want that. Just don't wanna be like everyone else. Just wanna make my back with my bars. Have a rap, fancy cars. Have a roof with the stars. The rise, the fall. Every day I roll. The price, control. I just wanna have it all. Zaza, fun girl from London. She want brother. She hypnotized. She's a stunner. Nobody does it better than my girl. Jesus, take the wheel. Rolls Royce. 200 on the London highway. More and more cash on my way. Cash on my way.
Jesus, take the
wheel on my way.
Jesus can't drive.
The rise, the fall. Every day I roll. The price, control. I just wanna have it all. Zaza, fun girl from London. She want brother. She hypnotized. The rise, the fall. Every day I roll. The price, control. I just wanna have it all. Zaza, fun girl from London. She want brother. She hypnotized. Stunner.
Obviously the vocal quality isn't quite clear. It just sounds muffled and robotic. The song itself, it feels very novice as far as the content and what you're talking about. There, you know, again, I said this earlier, like not every song has to have like deep intellectual meaning or to it, but like at least give me something to feed off of. Sure, you can be 13, that's fine. I'm saying, you know, from a go forward perspective, see if you can string together lines that all interrelate to one another. So, you know, like you talk about wanting to have a roof over your head and stability, but then you switch to your girl and then you switch to something else. Like when you write verses, try to make sure like there's some sort of consistent theme across it. It's okay to deviate a line or two here, but try to make sure that there's like, you know, a story being told, there's some sort of progression, or it's all about the same topic. It just feels like it kind of jumps from line to line. But yeah, I think that your flow is, you know, it's not bad. You know, you're going to build on that as you make more songs. So you're not offbeat or anything. It's just work on like song arrangement, song topics, and, you know, eventually you'll get whatever mic quality sorted out. Not really mad at that. I don't not like the song. I give it a 5. I've definitely heard worse. So, you know, as you work on more stuff, you'll grow into like your style of how you want to make music. I'd say my biggest thing is like, okay, work on like being consistent in what you're talking about in the verse. It just felt like it just kind of, you know, meandered all over the place. But I give it a 5. All right. Last in the queue, Lil Swiss. Look. Let's see what we got here.
Hey, fuck all that other shit, only that brother shit. They wanna try me, the thing is I love this shit. He think it's Superman, cause it's a gun on here. Let him shoot right out the beam till he done with it. Had to grow up, a little part of me got tired of fucking a bitch for the fuck of it. Going back to back on it like Kobe and Powell. Your music ain't signed, how you told me it's signed. I'm back in the bay, I might go to the town. That gas in my system ain't slowing me down. Chip on my shoulder like OKC, but singing like Casey and Jodeci now. Whoa, goddamn. Hey, one look. Hey, one look. Hey, hey. Back in the days when truly I felt like mapping no places. One on the chin, but I'm back for the taking. 24 Ks, they taking notations. Staying up, do, but I do what I wanted. They feel it and give it ovations. Goalers are tall like a vegetable. Florida, I'm destined. No lies, no capping the greatness. Friday teeth on freezing. Time ain't need no reason. What the fuck? I been had no friends in this shit. Well, a few of them actually won't be us. One look. One look. One look. Lil Sweat had the whole cheesing. Hey, they wanna fit in, it's a tight squeeze. And calling me twin, we ain't Siamese. Before the old fat lady, I'ma go out with a bang. I feel like Mike Breen. Can't get enough of the sightseeing. Depending on who what is folding, this life in a movie. I'm Nolan for real though. You know how we rollin', this shit could get dicey. Hey, bagging this shit for real. Hey, bagging this shit for sure. You know how it goes. Hey, one look. I just bullshitting.
Right, that was Lil Swift spitting Look. Did you catch any of that, Bird?
Caught the last like 20 seconds. I was like, I love this. 10.
I feel like this is the last song you've been gone. I feel like this is worth replaying because there were some lines in here that they're clever. I'm gonna play this again.
Word. All right.
Hey, fuck all that other shit, only that brother shit. They wanna try me, the thing is I love this shit. He think it's Superman, cause it's a gun on here. Let him shoot right out the beam till he done with it. Had to grow up, a little part of me got tired of fucking a bitch for the fuck of it. Going back to back on it like Kobe and Powell. Your music ain't signed, how you told me it's signed. I'm back in the bay, I might go to the town. That gas in my system ain't slowing me down. Chip on my shoulder like OKC, but singing like Casey and Jodeci now. Whoa, goddamn. Hey, one look. Hey, one look. Hey, hey. Back in the days when truly I felt like mapping no places. One on the chin, but I'm back for the taking. 24 Ks, they taking notations. Staying up, do, but I do what I wanted. They feel it and give it ovations. Goalers are tall like a vegetable. Florida, I'm destined. No lies, no capping the greatness. Friday teeth on freezing. Time ain't need no reason. What the fuck? I been had no friends in this shit. Well, a few of them actually won't be us. One look. One look. One look. Lil Sweat had the whole cheesing. Hey, they wanna fit in, it's a tight squeeze. And calling me twin, we ain't Siamese. Before the old fat lady, I'ma go out with a bang. I feel like Mike Breen. Can't get enough of the sightseeing. Depending on who what is folding, this life in a movie. I'm Nolan for real though. You know how we rollin', this shit could get dicey. Hey, bagging this shit for real. Hey, bagging this shit for sure. You know how it goes. Hey, one look. I just bullshitting.
Yeah. That was a little Swiss with Look. Look, dope track. I agree with Ray. This is a very solid piece. The only thing that can make this piece better in my ears is a little bit more ear candy, like some little like beat drops here, some highlights, some little sparkle of layerings. You don't need to like layer it up or anything, but just like adding some elements to it to like emphasize different parts of what you're saying. Like when you're like bang like Mike Breen, like shit like that, like those little clever like tie-ins, like twin but I'm not Siamese, like all those little things, those are where you need the little highlights, the little ear candies to make people be like, oh yeah, I remember that part, and it sounded good. But yeah, this shit was dope for a 2-minute track. I'll give it a 9, maybe 9.5 if I listen one more time.
Yeah, that was sick. I love that. Good shit. I'm just gonna give it a 10. I'm stoked throughout. I would download that and play it again.
There you go. Shout out Little Swiss. Hidden gem in the server.
Dude, I don't think he gets enough credit. Like, there's some people in the server where people are like, oh, yeah, this guy, can't wait for his new drops. I don't think people give Swiss enough credit. That guy's consistently dope.
He's been dope since we first heard his track, but I feel like the evolution, like being in the song competition, I see a lot more polish in what he's doing. Like, I think the last track we heard from him, he was singing on. Like this one, he has like the beat shift where he's kind of like harmonizing and rapping. Like I definitely see like the polish has gone up in the last 3 or 4 months. And like, it's cool to see somebody who's good get even better. And I like that.
You're right. It was all us. You're right. Like, you were one thing and then you met us and now you're another.
Hey,
yeah. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Little Swiss. Shout out. Man, I'd love to hear an album from Little Swiss. When is that coming?
I'd love to hear Lil Swiss on my album. That's what I want.
All right. Come back and you're already claiming shit.
Yeah. Send me that song and give me a verse on it.
All right. Well, that was the last song in the queue. D-Bird, you missed a few, but I had you covered. I kept it moving.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we had a little mini house emergency where my girlfriend's dog went out and rolled around in a bunch of shit and got like burrs stuck in his fur. So we were spending like a bunch of time just picking sticky weed burrs out of his bushy ass tail.
I hate those things.
While she's mad at me. It's like my fault that there's burrs on him.
Mow the lawn, Bird. The fuck?
Nah, fuck that. That's not D-Bird work.
I hate those things. Yeah, nothing worse than like as a kid roaming around the neighborhood, walking through a field of grass and then looking at your socks and you got fucking burrs all over your ankles and shit. And then you got to poke your damn fingers to get them off.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, well, that was our show for today. We'll be back Wednesday to do this for the subscribers, and then we'll be back next Sunday again for the free queue. So tune in where you fit in, or get in where you fit in, whatever one of those euphemisms is. And we'll be on the Discord if you need us. So be sure to chit chat with the community, collaborate, network, all those good things. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. Adios, farewell, and all those other good things. See you in October. Later.
Flip it real good. Ba, 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 ba.